Good morning, afternoon, and or night. Welcome to MegoxCast. I'm your host, John, joined by.
Hello, I'm Genesis. I used to, if I doubt you all remember me, but I used to run this small Plush channel called Super Genesis Bros a couple of years ago, but I abandoned it to pursue other things. Anyways, yeah. Would you mind explaining what we're doing here, John?
Yes, today we will talk about an individual named Cookie Monster Colton, CMC, Mitch Dude, whatever you want to call him, and his plush video content. Now, like, you already talked about yourself, didn't you? Um, okay, so we can just go straight into uh who he was or actual who he is and how we know him. So CMC himself, bruh, like how would we describe him? Like how did you know him, Genesis?
Well, it started with the SML fan script. You added me to you and a couple others added me to the server, and and we sort of hit it off from there. I mean, everything seemed fine at first, but over the years, things just got progressively worse and worse with him. Oh my god, man. And
Yeah.
this all kind of started back in like 2018, and
Hmm.
only recently has it finally sort of started coming to a close.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I remember meeting him because I added him to a server to write a fan script for small, medium, and large.
yeah,
And
the SML fan script. Yeah,
oh yeah, and
that
then
that,
I added
that infamous
Genesis.
that infamous fan script that never even made it to a final draft.
Exactly, bro. It didn't even make it to final draft because I wrote it all on Google Docs, but I'm ching. Um, but yeah, at the same time, I was trying to make something that I thought, Logan would see, but now thinking about it, you know, he would have never seen it. And even if he did, he would have still made that like really, really bad version that he made of the SML or sorry, small, medium, and large movie that he made a while back, like Jeffy's 18th
Jeffy's
birthday,
Jeffy's 18th birthday.
which is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
it's a shadow of its former self.
Mhm. It was really bad. I didn't like it. All right, if anyone wants to know,
I don't think anybody really did, to be completely honest.
some people liked the cinematography and thought it was cool, but I'm like, why do I care that what's his name, Chris or Pablo talked about his Hyundai Sonata for like 5 minutes, and also the fact that it was only like slightly longer than the Disneyland video or Disney
The
World video, part one.
the first part, like Bowser Jr., just like Disney World Vacation, like
Yeah,
that
that's the
one.
longest videos ever made besides, Jeffy's, you know, painting a fence or whatever, or watching
It,
paint dry.
that's not a real video. He actually just looped the video for like an hour, and then just added like nature effects in the background. He didn't actually record it for an hour because I mean, who literally has time for that? Be honest.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm just saying, it is technically his longest video, but we're getting sidetracked here. We came here to talk about one special person,
Yeah, and that's
CMC
yeah,
himself.
we've had back when SNL was popular. Let me collect my thoughts. Back when SNL was a bit more popular, there were tons of SNL knockoffs. Colton is no exception. If anything, he is the definite article when it comes to the SNL knockoff.
Yeah.
If SNL knockoff was ever entered into like a major dictionary, we should just put a big picture of Colton on there.
Mhm. I will have to say it was basically like, I mean, At the same time, although like I understand like your opinions about it. At the same time, basically everyone you know did that, but I do feel like his videos just didn't have a lot of good ideas anyway, and also just his character also said something about how we feel about him. He was not the best person, not the nicest person. We're not going to cause
Yeah.
too much drama here. All we're saying is we don't chill with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't touch kids, weirdo.
Yeah, yeah. You gave him some nicknames, right?
Yeah, my friends and I who used to be a part of uh, a certain community that Colton was also in, we just sort of came up with all kinds of weird, like silly cartoony names that involved him being a predator in some way.
Yeah, can
Like,
you maybe go into it, like, maybe not to all the details, but basically what he did?
okay, so basically, he was dating with this girl for a couple months, and then she revealed to him like a few months after they had started dating that she was actually underage, and that this was when Colton had been 18 for a long time, and he was unfazed by it. He didn't care, and basically he trying to back this up by saying age is just a number or something. Yeah, like that argument only gets you so far, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, no matter what my friends and I did to convince him that what he did was wrong, uh, he wouldn't have it, and he went as far as antagonizing us and saying honestly awful shit about us everywhere, and uh, uh, and honestly, the guy he was friends with, the guy he obsessed over, you know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say his name.
Mhm.
Yeah, he kicked me out of it. He personally kicked me out of the community after I made all these nicknames for him. I was saying this in the moderator chat, the private moderator chat, and then Michael. No, you can you bleep that out?
Course.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, um, um, s- uh, Mr. X. Let's just call him Mr. X. So Mr. X comes into the call and finds out what we're doing, and then personally uh, leaves the call, kicks me and my friends and out of the community, and just flat out just doesn't even let us defend ourselves. And here's the thing, Mr. X supported Colton's doings the whole time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like he kept trying to defend Colton and say, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's special needs." No, he's not. He's he keeps trying to say because he's blind, he doesn't know any better. Look, first of all, I've seen what partial blindness looks like, and it's not that and it's that serious.
Mhm.
And that's not an excuse for acting like a total creep.
Yeah, and you also know him pretty well, so you know
Yeah,
that he
I
can be,
I know this guy. I know this guy because for the longest time I kind of felt bad because his videos were kind of not the greatest quality. So I volunteered to help him make his videos. Sometimes I would go as far as actually editing his videos for him. Like there are whole videos that are under his name that go completely uncredited because
okay.
yeah, he never thought to credit me for editing or even making thumbnails. Like half the thumbnails that were on those videos were made by me.
Yeah, and some of them were made by me.
Yeah, like he like almost every day, he would commission me for a new thumbnail. And believe me, this got very repetitive, very fast. And it kind of got to the point where I'm like, dude, I'm kind of getting sick of you contacting me just for thumbnails. Like, why don't we just actually call and talk for once? And when we would do that, he would just stop the entire conversation and say, "Hey, can you make me a thumbnail? I need these characters and and all that."
Yeah, he should have just learned how to make his own thumbnails.
Look, yeah, and he has a desktop computer. Just download Adobe Photoshop or like any other Photoshop software. There's plenty of free ones out there.
Yeah, but remember, he is blind.
Yeah, yeah, but he's partially blind, which I've actually looked at several diagrams of what that looks like to him, and it's not that bad. He can still be able to see what's in front of him.
Yeah, so basically, no excuse.
Yeah, the excuse is incredibly flimsy, and whenever I would try and say, "Can't you just do it yourself?" Like like what you have isn't that serious. You can still do it. Like I've seen you edit videos before. I've seen you actually put in gainful effort into your videos. Why not just do it again? And then he just tried to guilt trip me into being ableist. Like he kept accusing me of being ableist whenever I tried and say that.
Yeah, that's
When obviously that's not true because I'm like I've had several friends and family members and even people I've looked up to that are blind, but they took their any hindrance they had as a challenge to overcome. You can't just wallow in your setbacks. You can't do that
yeah.
because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere in life. And look where that's led him.
It hasn't led him anywhere good.
Yeah, it's just led him into pretty much a life of infamy.
Yeah, basically. Um, yeah, I'll say a little bit of he just used to like turn. I'm not gonna say turn Genesis against me. Just like he got. I mean, Genesis was just upset at me at one point, and then you know,
Yeah,
Colton was
we
also
were young and stupid people back then. It was like 2018.
yeah, basically, and he's just I do
We,
feel like he is actually manipulative. I don't think he manipulated you, Genesis, but maybe he did. I'm just saying, like,
oh
I do feel
yes,
like in general
believe me,
he
he
is.
was very manipulative. He kept roping me into these all kinds of drama that he started, and basically I was kind of pulled into basically bail him out of the shit he started.
Yeah.
And also what many people don't know is that and I were together at one point.
Mm.
And believe me, it was an absolute nightmare. So basically, he thinks that a gainful relationship is basically begging me for thumbnails and begging me to edit his videos every day. And
Did he give
with
you anything in return?
no,
Dang.
like all basically because I was with him, he decided to decided to just exploit me for whatever.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and this was around the time we also had a shared channel as well. We created a shared channel where we would upload stuff that I either collaborated on, aka I usually did all the work, but or just stuff that I was passionate about. Um, and when things got very um divisive between us, let's just say, Despite the fact that I had full reign of the channel, that he agreed that I had full reign of the channel, he decided to delete the channel himself.
Dang.
So that's hours of my own work there gone.
Yeah, and he didn't even say sorry?
No, he never even once said sorry, never once apologized for anything he ever did to me.
Yeah, he's
He,
not the best.
uh,
Do we
n-
even know what he's doing now?
he tried to start up his music career yet again. Also, yeah, he thinks he's this misunderstood musical artist because he listened to like 5 minutes of Nickelback, and Nickelback isn't even that good. Like it's mid at best.
Yeah, he's
Like
I don't
talk about poor taste in music. Like
I mean, I know he's blind, but could he also be partially deaf? Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, we've got partial Helen Keller, except Helen Keller wasn't an awful person.
Exactly. She was an inspiration.
Yes.
So, yeah, it kind of sucks that, people that, could have the, you know, potential, they don't take it.
Yeah, Colton is probably one of the laziest content creators I had ever met. At least someone like,
I might be more lazy to be honest. I don't edit these really, but I'll you know.
yeah, Nick Avocado, like he does more than Colton does, and all he does is fucking mukbang videos.
Yeah, I mean, he has to work for the money, but
Yeah, yeah, of course. But the fact that probably one of the most frowned upon individuals on the internet, aside from Andrew Tate, uh, does more work than Colton says something.
yeah. He he doesn't do a lot for his videos. I mean, they're
Yeah, yeah.
filmed
Like
weird
he
too.
first of all, he films everything holding an iPad. First of all, why are you using an iPad to film? If you're strapped for technology, just use your phone.
I think he did later on, right? He started filming in like 4K or something.
Yeah, not like that made nothing better. If anything, it made it look worse because we got to see in full detail of how awful things look. Like first of all, I really don't like all the characters he chose to be his leads. Like mainly because they were either ripoffs of SML archetypes or South Park archetypes. Like for example, um like the main trio, Ronnie, Jackson, and Jack were literally just Junior, Joseph, and Cody. Like
Uh,
they like down to personality, they were copy pasted.
they were because like one was like smart but
Gay.
also gay, and then
Yeah.
another one was just like kind of rude.
Yeah. Like and he said dude all the time, like Joseph used to.
Yeah, we can actually go into more of the characters of Cookie Monster
Yeah.
Colton. All right,
And
so
and
we
and there
have
were
these three, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then we have who else is there?
Mr.
There's the
Random Guy. We've got Mr. Random Guy, which is just Brooklyn Guy, but he's played by a baby toy.
yeah, Mr. Random Guy, and then there was also what was the other I mean, he also had Cookie
There's
Monster
also
because his
there
name is
yeah,
Cookie Monster
Cookie
Colton.
Cookie Monster, who was like Bowser, but like kind of nice. And there was also Chef SpongeBob,
Chef
uh
Peepee.
which is basically just Chef Pee but dressed as SpongeBob and has bronchitis.
Exactly. But no, there's also the one that was like that has the underwear or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's his kid.
SpongeBob Jr. or something
So, yeah, SpongeBob Jr., who doesn't like pants.
who doesn't like pants. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the most
that's
creative
his
thing.
entire character.
That's the most
That's
creative thing he's ever done.
Yeah, he made the smaller SpongeBob plushie, Chef SpongeBob's kid, and the reason he's in his underwear all the time is because he doesn't like pants.
Pretty creative, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's probably one of the only creative things. And then you have all the characters you would expect in like a
Mhm.
Mario series. Like you got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, the baby characters, Bowser Jr., and a couple others. And also there's a very bad attempt at Sonic. He thought Tails was a girl for some reason. And I don't even know what he was trying with Knuckles, Silver, and Shadow.
"Hey, mate." That was basically his,
Yeah,
son.
yeah. Isn't that just a ripoff of SML? Because that's
Mhm.
literally just the same thing.
Yeah, he was from the Britain or something.
Well, his sounded more Australian, if anything.
Yeah, a little confusing if you ask me.
Yeah, Colton and Sonic sounded more Australian to me. Like really, like you know that Simpsons episode where they bring in Australia for
Yeah,
the episode? Yeah, that's basically what it sounds like. That's basically what his accent sounds like, just like
even
full
worse,
blooded.
but even
Like,
worse though.
yeah,
Yeah, he's not that good. And then like, well, I guess Donkey Kong was the principal. That
yeah.
was
For some
interesting.
reason, he is the principal of the school, while random guy is the teacher.
And then what was that one thing? I don't know. I just remember clips. Like he had that one guy that was uh a black puppet, and then he
Uh,
was gonna
yeah,
get like
basically, he had Tyrone and Judy from SML as Jackson and Jack's parents.
I hope you like your drinks, cuz now it's time for you to pay your bill. Like that's literally how he did it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
do the accent, but
yeah. They literally just copied. Oh yeah, Black Yoshi's in this series. He's basically the same.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, stealing in some way is creative because you know that they're good. No.
I mean, yeah, I
Uh
mean, I planned on adding Black Yoshi, but he was gonna be different. First of all, his name wasn't just gonna be Black Yoshi. He was gonna be like named like Jamal or something. Because I mean, like, why not give him a name?
yeah, he should be different in the in
And
his
and, and
or
plus,
other people.
my version of Black Yoshi like Zelda more than Call of Duty. Like he was bigger on Zelda.
Oh my. Well, that changes like his entire character right there.
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, he was more like a goth, like angsty goth teen more than like a hood guy.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Like he isn't like a copy paste stereotypical character you'd see out of something like Straight Outta Compton or something. Someone
Yeah.
probably took offense to that.
No, I don't think so. I have an audience of thick skin. I don't know. I mean, no one has ever
I hope so. I really don't want to be canceled.
I don't think anyone has ever been canceled on my podcast, but that might change, you know. We don't
Y-
know what listeners will start
Yeah,
taking
fair
the
enough.
reins.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. At least with what I had planned, I plan on doing something new. Like
mhm.
for example, like I know this is kind of a shameless plug in a way, but then again, I feel like it's kind of necessary because around this time I was doing my own show, and I had introduced so many new characters. Like I had a cop character, but his name was Officer Jenkins, and he was kind of like this kind of like seasoned like basically he was like if Solid Snake was like a suburban police officer.
Kind of interesting. Like, yeah, the thing is, like, you have ideas, but like this, Cookie Monster Colton, he doesn't have ideas. He
Yeah,
takes ideas.
yeah, he doesn't have ideas, he just takes them. Like
Do you
like
know
with
how
the
he made up Mitch Dude, by the way?
how did he make up Mitch, dude? How did he come up with that name?
I don't know. Did he ever explain it to you? Because he hasn't
N-
explained it to me, but I have a
No,
theory.
no, no. I don't think he ever actually explained to me how he came up with that
I
name.
think it's kind of like with WH dude, where it's me, like me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
C is Colton, and then eight. I mean, his last name starts with an N, but he might have made it sound like an H or something, and
yeah,
then he said dude. I literally think that's how he thought of his name,
yeah.
Mitch dude.
That's really really derivative.
Me, Colton, uh, N last name. I'm not gonna say. I mean, you'll probably find it if you look hard enough, to be honest.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
people.
dude.
I feel like I've been in a couple videos as well as a couple others where we've kind of exposed his ass before, but we're just adding fuel to the fire. But yeah, we're just pretty much adding that fuel to his fire.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully, maybe this, maybe is all the gasoline that's needed. But we don't
Yeah,
want
I
too
mean,
much drama here. We're just having some fun. But at the same time, if this can, you know, uh, help a
yeah,
situation, then that would be good. But at the same time,
yeah, and
we
plus,
don't condone harassing this guy. If you don't know him or anything
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
don't
just
mess with him.
don't, yeah, don't give him attention because he is literally the definition of an attention whore.
Exactly. He wants that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, he wants the spotlight on him. So if anything, uh, that would just make him just want to continue what he's doing. Because I'm not the only one he's targeting and start with a relationship, and he's not. And I'm not the only, and that girl wasn't the only one he's targeted. Like for example, I had this younger friend that I'm close friends with. That I had this younger friend that I'm close friends with now. That uh, he, he and Colton used to date a while back, and this was when this was a while ago. But they have a quite a huge age difference. And yeah, and I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I think Colton was trying to ask him for like e-sex or something. And this was back when this guy was 14 and Colton was like 17.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of fucked up.
yeah. I mean, at least it didn't work out.
Yeah. It, it got to the point where the guy got verbally abused a lot. I'm not gonna say who this is, but I'm just saying it just so at least uh people can be aware that what Colton has been doing is absolutely awful,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to throw shade on who I'm talking about here. If anything, I'm just trying to help.
Oh yeah, of course. Um, we have been talking a lot about this like stuff. How about we talk a little bit about his worst episodes? Now, of course, I did hear from you a while back that you believe that basically all of his videos are bad. But what do you think are his worst ones?
Okay, so his worst ones are arguably the ones where the whole joke is just 9/11.
Yeah, he did that a few times too. Wasn't that
Yeah,
like Ronnie's
yeah,
birthday or something?
yeah, like literally every birthday video because Ronnie was born on September 11th. Every September 11th, Colton would release a video where 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 Ronnie would be given a 9/11 themed birthday party. And progressively over the trilogy, Ronnie would get more and more pissed off. That's pretty much the only thing. And Cookie Monster would never let him have a different themed birthday party or get him gifts that weren't related to planes or tall buildings or jet fuel or steel beams
Oh my gosh, bruh.
or the Middle Eastern terrorist groups or something like that.
Yeah, I
Just literally every joke he can force out of his anus, he would.
yeah, and it's not even worth it. You know,
Yeah,
sounds
it's not
like
even
it came
worth it
straight out of
because
his
yeah,
ass.
yeah, like literally every joke he cracked out was not even remotely funny.
Exactly. I remember there was this one time where my friend, I showed him a video of Colton singing, and it had, I think it had the 9/11, like twin towers on there, like on the day, like with all of it on, smoking, and
What
then
he used that as an album cover? Why?
I don't know. Well, he used it for one of his songs, and then my friend said, "This song made me think of 9/11, or maybe like, or something like his singing caused 9/11 or something."
Oh yeah, if you unfortunately hear his singing, it's awful because
What are you
it
talking about? It's amazing.
his singing is absolutely awful. Like
Horrendous.
it's like Nickelback, but if Nickelback had zero talent whatsoever.
Exactly. He doesn't know how to sing.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to sing, and his vocals sound like cats. But it sounds like. Have you ever heard the sound of turtles fucking?
I would rather not, but
Well,
if I need to,
it
I'll do.
basically it's. Have you ever heard the sound of the Jurassic from Jurassic Park where the Velociraptors are calling each other?
Oh yeah, it sounds like that,
That's the sound of two turtles mating.
bruh. And that's the sound of when
Yeah,
Colt.
yeah, just basically take that sound and play over like bass boost it over speakers with the sound of scraping metal and nails on a chalkboard. That's pretty much Colton singing in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
that's even better.
he always gets those really shitty royalty free instrumentals that honestly he doesn't even try and match up with.
Yeah, I actually thought he wrote some of those. Like, I don't even think
No,
it's him.
he told me he made those instrumentals in GarageBand, which I highly doubt because you put no effort into literally anything whatsoever and expect to get massive puss out of it. Like you're not going to get puss from low effort.
Exactly. You gotta increase
You
your
got
effort to, you
yeah,
know,
you gotta work for that puss, man.
exactly, bruh.
That is a word I've never used before and never will again.
No, you should use it all the time. Maybe try to fit it into your
Trademark
name
that.
somehow.
Super Jenna pussy brother.
Yep, exactly, bro. You should.
Yeah, if I ever open like a like a Pornhub channel, maybe.
Oh yeah, you should, bro. It'd be really funny. But okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about uh Colton. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to his worst videos, I will say, yeah, basically all of his videos are really bad, and I'd say his worst ones are just when there's like no joke, or if there is a joke, it's basically something he stole from small, medium, and large, like you said, like Jack act. I think it was Jack.
Jack just acts like Cody the whole time.
Yeah, Jack acting like Cody, and like he doesn't have his Ken doll, but he still has
Yes,
that flamboyant side.
yeah, he doesn't have the toy boyfriend, but whenever he made videos mocking you, you were basically Cody, and he had you like simping over a toy Lightning McQueen the whole time.
Yeah, I still don't get that.
It basically he thought you were like Cody. I didn't personally think that. I just thought it was funny, but I
Well,
was
I
an
don't wanna
idiot
be
back
mean
then.
I don't wanna be mean, though. You both of you thought I was gay, but then at the end of the day, you 2 dated each other.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know what to
yeah.
say about that.
Wait, look. I was fucking stupid back then. I don't condone anything I did back then because I wasn't just honestly an idiot.
I mean, I have no problems with people be being
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just
but you
saying,
aren't.
like, at the
Yeah,
same
you aren't.
I'm just no, the thing think is funny, though, is just the fact that you guys are, but then at the same
Well, then
time, you're
again,
like,
I've actually heard rumors that Colton actually doesn't swing that way anymore after things happen with the other guy that I mentioned.
"Oh, okay." So,
Yeah,
well,
but
I mean, it's his
or
preferences, but he shouldn't judge
apparent
people
apparent
dated.
but I've also heard rumors that he apparently never was and was just using people the whole time.
That sounds more
That's
like
out
him,
that
but you never
Yeah,
know.
that sounds about that. Yeah, I when I heard that, I said that. Yeah, that sounds about him.
Yeah, so you never know, but, it probably he's not being completely transparent. So, you know how it is.
He was never trans to begin with.
Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, we can talk about the best episodes now. Okay, I gotta say his best episode was the one I wrote. That's about it. The Cookie Touch,
Oh
best
yeah,
one,
were they all turned into cookie dough or something?
where they all turn into cookies.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot.
That's the
Yeah,
best one because I wrote
I
it, and it wasn't even that good, but it was
yeah,
decent.
it wasn't all that great.
I mean, do you really think I put all my effort into that plot? Like, dude, I
I
was basing
mean,
it off of like what he's already made, so I was
yeah,
like, okay, I'll just
well,
have him abuse Chef
just,
SpongeBob. Oh, I'll have
Chef
Jack say
SpongeBob,
something gay or something.
Chef
I don't know.
SpongeBob torture video.
Exactly. I'll have random guy think that
The
he's
the
doing drugs,
the
but then also turn into a cookie, like that kind of thing.
the only good joke Colton ever made was completely by accident, and that was the Wario you broke it thing. Where Waluigi where as Waluigi, he delivered the lines in such a weird way that it basically became a running joke between us.
Dude, I gotta check that out. Maybe I can make it into a meme. That's funny. I don't know. I do
"When
find
are
some
you
of
walking?"
that's I will have to say though, one of his I like one of his quotes that I forgot the child's name the wait, not child. The son of a random guy's name. Do you
Uh,
remember?
I I don't remember. It's the same puppet as Officer Jenkins, but I don't know, I can't remember.
I'll just basically say the quote. It's I'm what my what my dad calls a man child. I like to have fun, drink chocolate milk. I love ice skating, I think, or I just love having fun. I love watching SpongeBob, and I think I tried to quote it in a short film I was going to do, but then I never ended up making it because we were in
I
the
feel like you
process of
quoting
moving.
Colton is a bad idea.
I know, but that's a funny quote though, basically where he's saying, "I'm what my dad calls a man child," and then he goes on where he's like, "I like to have fun, drink chocolate milk. I like to draw, and I love watching SpongeBob." I feel like that's pretty funny because
But at this
you
point,
know,
who doesn't like watching SpongeBob?
I know.
Like
I think that's the joke though.
if you're at least 30 and below, you have at least watched one episode of SpongeBob.
There are some people that have still not watched SpongeBob, and they're like, you know, 30 or 40 or something like that. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, like, well, I think SpongeBob was like a really heavily a 90s and 2000s thing because that's kind of when I jumped on board with it.
Yeah, and I mean it's also influential, very influential to
I
everybody.
mean, and SpongeBob has such a cult following too. Like the following is so huge that literally just today I saw someone restore a chocolate milk ad with SpongeBob and Patrick in it.
Dude, I gotta check that out later.
Yeah, like there was this got milk ad from like 2004 where where it's basically SpongeBob and Patrick basically advertising chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird out of body video because we've never seen them drink chocolate milk before, and at the same time, it's weirdly in tone with the show. It's kind of this weird gray area. It's weird, but it's also mildly entertaining because I mean it's classic SpongeBob.
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, we gotta
this
go into Genesis, bro. I mean, we gotta get more into Colton, bro. This isn't about the genius of SpongeBob, bro. This is about the
the
ingenious of
the
Colton videos.
y- yeah, the ingenious. It's not even the opposite of genius.
Oh yeah, the stupidity, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
stupidity is putting it lightly. But if we say the other word, someone's probably gonna get pissed off.
yeah. He's definitely not the
He's not
smartest tool in the shed.
he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, to quote Shrek.
Oh yeah, I said smartest. It's sharpest.
Not
I always get it confused.
fair enough, fair enough. I used to make the same mistake when I was a kid. Like when I
Okay,
like
Dylan. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
yeah, yeah. When I was a kid, I used to watch Shrek a lot, and I'd sing along with All Star at the beginning at points, and I'd always say smartest tool in the shed.
Yeah, I mean, you never grow out of something, so
Yeah.
I just have to keep remembering it's sharpest. But at the same time, yeah, with
Anyways, yeah, we need to get back to Colton.
bruh, Colton, bruh, I mean, basically his best episodes were just stuff that we influenced. Did you influence any of the episodes or make any jokes?
Oh yeah, like he like for example, I wrote most of the character of Brooklyn, not Brooklyn guy, random guy's son.
Oh
I
my.
influenced that. I influenced a lot of
Wait,
that
is that
character.
why? Are you sure that you didn't help the line about the man child line? That was like pretty funny.
Now
I
that I
like to
think
have
about it,
fun, drink chocolate milk.
I think I might have actually wrote that one. I think I might have actually wrote that one. I can't be for certain, but it
I
sounds
liked
like
it.
that sounds like my writing.
Yeah, I like that joke because I thought it was really funny. It reminded me of like because I was doing I wanted to do a short film for Timmy and Jimmy. I think it was around I think 2021, and it was going to be about like this guy that during the 2020 you know what's it called, the pandemic, a bunch of like robots invaded the earth or whatever, and
Okay.
we were all separated and all that, and me and I guess my sister was separated, and then I had a monologue at one point where I was like, I said that line, and then I said I need revenge, and I don't know, it's just like that whole line basically inspired the vibe I was going to give that, because I gave that I wanted to give it like a Wes Anderson vibe. It just was so like random when I heard that line, and I was like, yes, that's it was really funny. So I'm not surprised you thought of that.
Yeah, not gonna lie, the premise of this film sounds like a knockoff of Blade Runner.
It probably is,
That
but
was
I
probably
didn't even
it was
know.
probably an unintentional knockoff, but yeah,
I
that
mean, you
stuff
can
like that.
always. Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, yeah, it's probably an unintentional knockoff, but yeah, that happens all the time. To be
Yeah, and
honest,
also
like
you can always if you know about something, you can always like
just say it's
revert it, or
yeah,
invert it basically. Like for example,
or
you can make what's
or
that?
just paraphrase, or just sort of like say it's inspired by it.
You could do that too, but you would
Well,
also have to look into Blade Runner, stuff like that, unless you don't. I will say the main thing with like Blade Runner is mainly the, techno Orientalism,
Ye
will
ye
say.
yeah, basically they basically gave birth to the cyberpunk aesthetic,
Yeah, I
which is
like
what
that.
I wanted to implement into my series, but I just didn't know how to do it. I just think what I had planned was way too ambitious for a one-man crew.
Exactly, bro. Like, I mean, will Colton ever put this amount of effort into his content? Probably not.
At least I knew where my skill limit was, like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
at least you mention like where things come from that you're inspired by and not just,
Yeah, and
basically make,
if it was my own, I would make it apparent that I came up with it myself.
yeah, you don't just say, "Oh, here's Junior 2." Here's Chef Pee 2.
Or here's, Cartman 5.
Exactly, bruh. I don't know. I did remember that he watched South Park. I remember I was trying to get him to watch The Office when I was into that show. But I'm not into The Office anymore. I'm now into Parks and Rec. I I I don't know why, like a lot of things have changed since, Colton.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird because like, when I think of Colton, I just think of me as a, you know, 14 to 15-year-old. So I remember all these things I liked when I was 14 or 15, So it's just weird. I don't see him the same as, I used to. I mean, not gonna lie, he's not even doing anything. He does his podcast on Spotify, and he gets
Yeah,
like no
and
views.
nobody listens to it because, first of all, who listens to that many podcasts on Spotify anymore? Like, be honest.
Exactly, bro. Who would even do that? Just play it on YouTube. And also at the same time, like, don't you have to pay or something like that to put it on there? Like, geez.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he pays for it. So I actually don't know because my friend Taylor said that I have to pay. That's why I didn't put it on Spotify. I put it on YouTube. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy I put it on YouTube. I gave it a thumbnail. People, can
Yeah, and
look
the
at the
thumbnails are
art.
great. The
Yeah,
thumbnails are
bro.
great.
Yeah,
Like,
Des does a good job, bro.
for
What's up?
example, like, uh, I don't make artwork of my character. I just end up photoshopping, like, some random person that ends up looking, like, sorta like my character. Like, I can't commission because I'm poor as fuck
Hmm.
and can't afford shit like that. And I'd say he nailed basically the basic gist of the character perfectly.
Exactly. Like Des is pretty good. Unlike Colton, who I don't even think can draw a circle.
Yeah, to be honest, if he tried to draw a circle, I think he would end up turning into a swastika or something.
Exactly. And it would even be worse than Squidward's circle from that one episode.
First, you draw like the head of what of that one like Greek art statue.
Yeah, exactly. A
First,
David
I
or
draw this
something.
head, and then erase all these features. And one, two, three, a circle thingy.
Well, that's what SpongeBob did. I think his would even be worse than what Squidward made.
Oh yeah, the bubbly circle that he made.
Yeah, bruh. Like his might look more like a swastika unintentionally.
Ye-
Oh my
I
god.
mean,
Or intentionally because let's go to thumbnails now. CMC movie White Power. Best thumbnail by the way cuz I made it. And I convinced him to make the video.
yeah, you were
Or
basically
actually no,
trying.
I convinced him to call it that, but I didn't convince him to make the video.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to tell him not to do that because, uh, yeah, I was trying to convince him not to do that, but he wasn't listening. And
Are you happy that he
yeah,
did it now?
not really, to be honest.
Are
It
you
just
upset that I convinced him to change it to CMC movie White Power?
no, that just no. It just made it funny in a sense that people will probably think he's racist now. And to be honest, if he was racist, it wouldn't surprise me. Not gonna lie.
I mean, have you seen, that one guy that one puppet that he gives like an accent, like a you know, uh, and I guess like a
Like,
stereotypical black guy voice.
which one? Like, are you talking like the Tyrone
The
puppet?
Tyrone one, yeah,
It's basically just copy paste Tyrone.
and it's not even that good.
Yeah, it's not that good. Like, you didn't even try to imitate Tyrone. Like,
Yeah,
I could do it without even trying because I'm actually a decent actor. Like, I'm not
yeah.
I'm not I'm not trying to sound like I have a huge fucking ego, but like
No
I at
one can
least
have a bigger ego than Cookie Monster Colton.
yeah, because he thinks he's like he's like this hot shit when in reality he's not he's literally the worst, probably the worst person to ever walk this planet.
Okay, well, one of. There
Well,
are
one
more heinous people in the
oh
world,
okay,
but at the
yeah.
same
Okay,
time,
yeah.
agreed
The
to an
worst
extent.
the worst is yeah, kind of stretching it. I will admit that. The worst, but maybe not, but
I would say one of the worst in
yeah,
the
recent history.
I guess yeah,
Recent history.
yeah, the place. I mean, there's bad people every,
There's
like
bad
day, but
people
at the
everywhere.
same time, like, do you want to be one of those people? This is one of the, warnings, you gotta, you just gotta love your brother. You gotta be nice to your family. You gotta, go
Yeah.
to,
Also,
school.
al also from what I've heard, Colton's older brother actually is now no longer on speaking terms with him because, his brother found out he was a pedophile.
Yep. So now he
To be
lost his
honest,
brother.
to be honest, Colton had that coming.
What about his sister?
I think it might be the same, or she just doesn't care about him that much, to be honest.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of both. So yeah. Would you okay, we can talk a little bit more about the thumbnails though, because we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made that one, the white power one. Um, and that's how I was able to convince him. I thought that was a good thumbnail. The other ones are not as good. I made a few other ones, like I think like Sonic and Amy dating or something. I did one about I guess Cookie Monster and Ronnie going
I
to
w
Colorado.
Yeah, whenever he made a video about Sonic and Amy dating, I was like, "Have you never played one of the games?" Sonic couldn't be less interested about Amy.
Yeah, and also they're like 3 years apart,
Yeah, isn't
and their
Amy like
children.
isn't Amy like 12 in the series in the
Yeah, and
games?
he's like 15. Like,
Yeah, he's like 60, he's like 15, 16 in most of them.
yeah, I mean, it's not, you know,
Like
like what
if
Colt.
you
It's
wanted
not
to
like
age
what Colton's been doing, but like at the same time,
yeah, like if you wanted to age up the characters and have them together, like if you wanted to modify the canon a little bit, so be it. But at the same time, like like in like Sonic isn't interested in girls like Amy. Like he doesn't like girls that are like all over him like that.
yeah. Well, I mean, we could always just see it as, a creative interpretation, but at the same time,
Yeah,
we all know he's not creative.
Colton is not creative. I've seen like fan fictions of Sean Amy that are better
Okay, that's
than
the
what he
thing
threw
too.
together.
He always says that he does like he plays all these video games and all that, and he gets all of his what's it called?
He's never played whenever he said that, I can guarantee he never played a single one of those games. Like, he says he's played Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario 64, and he had, like, a GameCube. I've actually seen, I've actually seen both his room and his basement. He doesn't have either of those.
What's the closest thing he has to a game? Like a
I
video game?
don't kn I think he might have, like, a Wii or something, but I think that might be it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I even told him he should start streaming on Twitch, and he was like, since I'm partially blind, I can't figure it out. So I think he should have been able to figure it out though. like how to
Yeah,
stream on
he could have.
Twitch.
Well, he has tons of like streamer friends. He had a bunch of streamer friends that could have easily helped him.
Yeah. So yeah, Colton, you gotta, you know, change up your game, man. Okay, look,
He
we
needs to
got
get his priorities straight. That for one.
definitely. We gotta talk a little bit about the thumbnails, though. What would you say is your favorite thumbnail you made of his, or maybe like your favorite thumbnail that you didn't make for his videos? Like, what do you think? Or maybe your least favorite? Just whatever. Let's talk about thumbnails.
Um. Okay, so I'd say the best thumbnail I made for him was probably uh the probably remember when he made that Among Us video like 3 months after the Among Us fad went out of style.
I think so.
Yeah, I remember putting a lot of effort into that one, but it's not my favorite. I remember this one video. I can't remember. I think it might have been. I think I didn't I make the thumb. Wait, did you make the thumbnail for White Power?
I did.
Oh, I could have sworn I made oh yeah, it was the one where it was the 9/11 one of the 9/11 videos.
Mm.
Because I literally put the most insensitive shit to make him look bad on there.
Oh my. Oh, you didn't like him then?
This
Even
was
when you were
this
making
was
his thumbnail?
this I think it was the third 9/11 video he did. This was about when my opinion of him was really soured. Like I still wanted to like at least give him one more chance, but clearly he did not want to at least even try to atone for what he did.
Mhm.
And and even if he wanted to fix things between us, I wouldn't accept it because I mean, given everything he's done since like the the drama we've had, like I wouldn't even allow him back into my life because I mean he well, you understand, right? Because I mean he tried to fuck a kid, a,
Basically, yeah.
a
Like,
little a
have a
minor,
seat, Colton. Have a seat, Colton.
yes, you literally decided to think it was okay to fuck a child.
Take that cupcake out of your hand, Colton. We're
Y-
putting the cuffs on you.
okay, EDC 445,
Oh yeah, and then what was the other one?
child molester Colton,
Oh my gosh. I mean, if you think about it, if you switch the M to upward, you get Christian
Christian
Washington.
Washington. I, I mean, in some ways, he is basically a neo-Christian
But sadly, we don't have everything about him you know,
on full view on like on a wiki page.
yeah, and we don't have people, literally documenting everything he has ever said and just everything he's ever done or just other people that are
Yeah,
involved with him.
we're not going like full Truman Show on his ass.
Sadly, that would have been kind of cool though. I mean, he's not interesting enough to do that though.
Yeah, he probably just sits in his room as this probably like jerking off to probably like underage shit on the dark web while his dad watches him through the security camera he put in his room.
Yeah, I don't even know if he even knows how to get to the what's it called? Dark web.
Yeah, or who knows? Who knows? He could be letting on more than we know.
Yeah, like you said, he's like a manipulator, so he
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
For all we know, this could have been like a some kind of weird like he couldn't. This all could have been like smoke and mirrors. Maybe he's actually really smart and he's just manipulating people.
I don't think that, but I do think that he is, smarter than he leads on, but he is also just not a good person.
Yeah, yeah, he's smarter than he leads on. I'm not saying like
He's
smart,
also
like
hypocritical because sometimes he's like, "Why don't you take my criticism?" Then I tell him some criticism. You're so mean.
yeah,
Like that's so stupid.
like he'll criticize my video. There were times, yeah, yeah, like there were times he would criticize my videos for like something incredibly minor and say, "Oh, it's ruins the entire video." But I'd say, like literally, your videos are literally just the same thing over and over again, and like, I feel like if your videos had more effort put into them, maybe I'd let you criticize mine because, like, look at your videos. Yours is no better, if not worse than mine.
Yeah, he was criticizing my Lego stop motion for looking like Go Animate, and I'm like, Go Animate isn't a computer, number one.
Yeah, I really didn't really agree with him saying go animate. Like, Lego animations are kind of out of style at the time, even when they were made, but at the same time, they were what you wanted to do at the time, so it's fine.
Yeah, at the same time, it's stop motion, it's looked at as, a very high craft, very high art,
Yeah,
like
and
there's
it's
Nightmare
kind of
Before
a
Christmas.
dying art form in a way because people are relying on CGI mainly these days.
Yeah, I mean, people even thought that the Lego movie was made with stop
Stop
motion,
motion.
but it wasn't. I mean, only part of it was. Like I think 3% of the movie was. But besides those little small animations, most of the movie was, just CGI and they I don't know. I mean, it does say a lot about like the quality of their CGI animations, but besides that,
Yeah, they literally animated in like twos if I've got my motion terminology right.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know. Colton doesn't know what he's talking about. And at the same time, he's got to, improve his content. Do you have any closing thoughts on Colton before I go into the outro and like just or like an overall like Colton, blah blah blah, you know?
Okay, yeah. So this is gonna be a final message for Colton. Fuck you. Nobody wants to see your ass on here or literally anywhere else anymore. Your videos are shit. No one in their right mind would ever want to be friends with someone as slimy and vile as you. Go fuck yourself and then go die.
Hopefully he gets this message. We never know.
Given that he literally won't hear anybody out, I doubt he will. And
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing.
if he does, he'll probably start shit. But who cares at this point?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's no drama, created with MegoxCast, but at the same time, I feel like he would be the one more or less, doing that because we're just talking about his channel. You know what I'm saying? And we just think it just was not that good when it was up. And I mean, you guys can't even see these videos anymore. I might end up linking the his older videos unless his friends
Yeah,
are not okay with
it,
it, but.
I my friends are okay with you linking it as long as you don't like name drop them. It should be fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna name drop them, but I mean, you guys can check out his older content. Maybe see what we're talking about here. See the genius of Cookie Monster Colton. All right then. Now with the intro, so outro. I mean, ugh. So Genesis, is there anything you'd like to plug besides his besides maybe the content that Colton has made, but now is deleted off of YouTube and now is
Okay.
put on archive.
Well, since this is pretty much the plug portion, find my newer videos on the channel Short Circuit Studios. That is my current like base of operations. I don't upload there very much because I've kind of rebranded recently and I'm just trying to find a new piece of content to base my stuff off of.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find something else that I can like make lots of content over.
Yeah, is that the main thing you'd say?
The what main thing?
Your main social media that you'd like to plug, or your.
Yeah, yeah, Short Circuit Studios on YouTube is kind of my main social, I guess.
And that's good. And you guys already know my socials, so just check those out. And
Yeah,
this was a very
I
different
don't
episode. What's up?
I do have a Twitter. I just don't share it with people because I don't like Twitter.
That's fine. I'll just share your YouTube channel. I mean, those are better anyway because they're easier to link. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, let me know, how you feel about this person. I felt like this episode was a little bit different than usual, a little bit more dramatic, but at the same time, experimenting, and also, Colton is a very interesting fellow. So we wanted to talk about him, so let me know how you feel about this person, this kind of topic in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to hear from him again. I sure do. Justice, you have anything else to say before I close this off?
Well, above all, I'd like to thank you for having me on here. We've been trying to get at like yeah, having me be on here for like I'd say like what 3 months now, but finally we got around to it.
Yeah, because we got a topic that we were interested in. So
We got a topic that we could both kind of ramble on for like an hour. So
yeah, and we did. We have a good I feel like after this, people have an idea of who this Cookie Monster Colton fellow is.
yeah, and
So what's up?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, it's all good. All right. Now, thanks for listening to this week's podcast, and you'll see me next week talking with somebody else about something else. All right, and yeah, just hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.